You see, in this life, nothing is hidden under the sun. Nothing. And I don't think anything that involves two or three people is still a secret. It will only take time. Something must bring it out of the mouth of one of them. And right now, Igbi's son's condition have made her to expose things that they thought was still secret. Remember that Igbi's son have been sick for a very long time right now. And a lot of people are saying that that is why she is scarce. That if you check very well, Igbi have been too busy. The gods have given her a busy schedule with the son's condition. Yes, now because she still think that she will be a problem to the jewel or to her return. The gods have decided to keep her busy with something while the king and the jewel are preparing for her return. You know that if the gods remember you and they remember you for bad, you have a problem. And this thing have lasted for months. It have lasted for months. As a matter of fact, they say it has even started even before the king entered into seclusion. But all those periods, they were just battling it, thinking that they say, according to Igbi, Igbi thought that it was someone in the palace that was doing it. Especially when they told her where she took the child to, that what is happening to the child is coming from the palace. Then something happened during that period that the king came out and told them about Arun, and Igbi have gone to places. They also confirmed that it is that Arun, and the only thing that will make Igbi's child to be fine, to be well again, is if she confess and when the queen return back to the palace. And Igbi, who have been trying to, you know, beg the king to speak to the jewel to return back so that her son will be well. But things are not done like that. This is the same woman you have vowed that over your client body will she return back to the palace. And now, because her return is going to favor you, make your child to be well, you are agitating for her return. They said it doesn't work like that, and it did not work for Igbi. So on one of the occasions, they said Igbi cried, and even to the point of taking the child to the jewel's house in Lekki, that is in the royal mansion, because she have done everything humanly possible. They said the child's sickness have taken away everything that Igbi owns. Igbi have spent huge amount of money in trying to save this baby. Then a lot of people are asking, so Igbi loves her children this much. Why then did she abandon them just to get married to the king? Eh? Or was she thinking that maybe by the time she will get married, she will go and bring them back into the palace? But information have it that there was an agreement that their children, since the king decided to marry women with children, women that have been married before, that their children will not be staying in the palace. That is the agreement, and the king have stick to it, because after the marriage they started bringing their children small small. And I believe that if the king did not do anything about it, by now the palace would have been a war zone, because their children will start dragging position and all of that. But unfortunately, when they tried to do it, the king did not allow them. So maybe Igbi's plan was that, oh, let me marry the king first. As for the children coming to live with me, we'll find a way out of it. But unfortunately, it did not work. So a lot of people were surprised that Igbi could do this for her child. But she will be busy trying to hurt other people's children. Then Igbi have been busy, like I said. During that time that they said Igbi took the son to the royal mansion, they said the jewel prayed for the son and also begged the king to do something, because they said the king have a solution to that. There is something that he can do and the situation will be calmed. Not that it will go out completely, or that the only thing that will make it to go out completely is when the jewel returned. Then, during that period, they said even the Jew begged the king to do something about Igbi's son's condition. That she is not begging because of Igbi, or that she is begging because of the innocent boy. And then they said the king did few things, and the child's condition was better. and Igbi left, of which they said that Igbi even brought a gifts and dropped it at the royal mansion for the jewel, of which they said the jewel called her and warned her never to bring anything to her again, that they are not friends and they can never be. So now they said during that period that the king did that thing and the child gets better, they said there was something that Adetutu told Igbi, that why Igbi was happy coming out after the child was better. They said Adetutu told her that this is just temporary, that unless you confess, that if you don't confess, the child will not get better. That, oh, you want your own child to be better, but children lost their lives over what you did, over what you contributed to in Ibadan. They said Igbi was shocked how Adetutu knew about it. Because I think when this thing happened, I don't think Adetutu was in the picture. I don't think so. But that Adetutu is a prophetess, a priestess. So maybe the gods have decided to show her what transpired and all of that. So that is how they said Adetutu told her that the only thing that will make your child to be safe, completely safe, is for you to confess and say every damn thing you know about what happened in that December. That if you don't say that, that what you are doing is just a matter of time, you come back crying. So after Adetutu told Igbi that, they said Igbi ignored her because at that point her son was better. Little did she know that it was going to be temporary, like Adetutu said. That was how they said Igbi left. And the baby was recovering. But all of a sudden, they said the situation became worse again, to tell you that Adetutu knew what she was saying. So they said Igbi started running helter-skelter again. At this point, Igbi went to Adetutu and they say Adetutu told her, did I not warn you? You think you have heart, you think you are heart-hardened and all of that. But Igbi have seen that situation of her son is not something that she can play with. And that's why I said that some people, they know how to preserve their own. But when it comes to other people's own, they want to bite them. You see this life, no balance. That is how they said Igbi came to the palace and started confessing that she's not the only one. No. As a matter of fact, that they wanted to do this thing to the jewel. But when they find out that she wanted to host the children in Ibadan, they decided to try it out there in order to put her in trouble so that she'll be busy with that while they marry their husband in peace. And right now, she also said allegedly, don't forget that these are all alleged unverified information, that Ebony and the gospel, they are also part of it. But she have not told us what exactly, how they were able to carry it out. But they said they have been planning it for some time until they find out that she have fixed that funfair, and they decided to carry it out there to keep the jewel busy. Now the gods have decided to keep Igbi busy while the jewel and her husband prepares for her return. See this life, eh? What you wish for others, if it comes to you, are you going to accept it in good faith? That is one thing you will always ask yourself before doing things to people. Anyway, guys, that is what we are hearing if the information is true. One thing I would always remind you is that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them, okay? Always bear that in mind. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.